Good afternoon, Philippines. This is Mike Padua, and we are back to our special coverage. This is the latest update on Odette, and it's now a super typhoon. The system overnight during our last weather TV update, or the YouTube update, which we issued around 11 or 10 p.m. last night. After that, after the next 6 hours and this morning, it rapidly intensified. It has undergone the rapid intensification phase. That's the forecast that we've shown to you yesterday or last night, that shows that the system is moving into a warm pool of oceanic heat content. That's why the system rapidly intensified during the past 12 hours. And right now it's at category 5, the highest category of a tropical cyclone. And it's now known as a super typhoon here in the Philippine Sea and the Western Pacific. And this is our latest for this afternoon, Thursday, December 16. And right now it's around 3 p.m. The system already made landfall over Siargao Island around 1:30 p.m. this afternoon. If anyone listening right now over at Cebu, Negros, and Panay, please, as well as Bohol and Southern Leyte, please take note that this system is still strong as of this time, with an eye, a small eye, just passing over Siargao, and it's now moving into Dinagat. So here's the fast animation. This is the latest from the NOAA satellite feed, Himawari 8. And this is around 1:30. I'm gonna move it. Look at the time, 05:30 GMT. That's 1:30 in the afternoon, Philippine time. It passed over the island of Siargao. We are taking a peek on the Pag-asa radar. We can't see any feed that shows the typhoon or the eye. So we're using now the satellite animation. So it passed directly over Siargao in a span of 30 minutes, 1:15 to 1:45 p.m. And it's now back along the open waters of the sea, and it's approaching the areas of Dinagat Islands. Okay, a small cluster of small islands here. So around 3 p.m. as we speak, it's likely that it's beginning to traverse the main island of Dinagat. Here's the zoom-in satellite from Real Earth of the University of Wisconsin CIMSS. As you can see here, it has made landfall. Okay, it's now on its second landfall over Dinagat after making landfall here along Siargao Island around 1:30 p.m. At 3 p.m. it's now over the southern portion of Dinagat, and the next area along the southernmost point of Leyte. So folks, here across Leyte, you'll be experiencing typhoon force winds, very strong and destructive winds of more than 100 up to maybe 200 kilometers per hour or more, depending on the strength of the system. And those purple or pink color, it is the area of the storm where strong winds has already begun, and some heavy rainfall associated with the inner bands of the storm. And the eye wall is somewhere here. The most powerful winds will be found at this point, okay, near the eye. So that's the eye wall. So destructive, catastrophic winds, it will be expected, because the winds right now is around 260 kph. Before it made landfall over Siargao, maybe right now it's only down to 250, but the eye is still intact. So it means that the intensity will remain or a little bit lower, because the eye has started to slowly deteriorate, but it's still there. So it's giving quite a punch across these areas. So please take all necessary precaution. Stay put in your homes or in the evacuation center or any places that any place that you are in. This will really bring a typhoon conditions across southern Leyte within the next few hours, and overnight across Bohol, Cebu, early tomorrow morning, Negros, and the southernmost part of Panay, including Guimaras. So take note of the track of that storm. A little bit to the north will make the eye passing over Metro Cebu. Okay, and if we take a look at the satellite animation from windy.com, there you go. You can also see the eye here moving across southern Dinagat Island, the visible. So the circulation of the storm is around 800 kilometers, the rain area, with the winds of up to 55 kph, is around 720 kilometers away from the eye. So meaning 55 kph winds will also be expected here across portions of the Bicol region, particularly the southern sections, Albay, Sorsogon, and here over Masbate it will be much stronger, around 60 to 100 kph, while here I'm going to show to you the tracking and the wide swath of the winds that is expected to traverse these areas within the next 24 hours. So it's now starting to cross the Visayas. So the rain area is also affecting a wide swath of Central and Northern Mindanao, including Misamis provinces, Agusan provinces. So please take all necessary precautions, as well as here over Zamboanga del Norte. So winds here south of the eye will be around 60 to 100 over portions of northern Mindanao, and more than 100 over the northern Carga area. That's the areas of Siargao provinces. So later this evening, that system will move into the central portion of the Visayas. Here is the reason behind of why the system rapidly intensified. We've been talking about this for the past couple of videos, and this is the culprit. This vertical line of warm oceanic heat content, which is around 75 to more than 100 kilojoules of energy. So that's the reason. The zero means that's the current position of the storm, and there you go. For the past 12 hours it rapidly intensified, which we are saying that we pray that it won't happen, but well, it's really Mother Nature. It's really the act of God that these weather systems are here to roam around our planet. But the most important thing here is that we must be prepared to be resilient enough to counteract this weather system, to avoid loss of lives. Good thing we have supercomputers, because it's so accurate. The tracking of the storm right now is where the computer models are predicting for the past few days. And now the problem now goes to the intensity models. The wind models are still off. They say during the past few days it's here, but right now it goes up. Okay, it's now 140 knots or 260 kph because of the adjustment shown on the current satellite. And the winner of this forecast is the CHIPS and the CHIPS ensemble. Although the CHIPS average is below here, the CHIPS ensemble reached a high of 140 during the past nights that we've been mentioning the typhoon updates here on our channel. So it happened again during Yolanda. It happened and other major storms in the past because of high oceanic heat content. Okay, right now it's 140 knots, but it will start to weaken as it traverses the areas of the Visayas because of land interaction with the mountains. Okay, the frictional effects with the land mass of Visayas, and also the oceanic heat content in the middle of the Visayas is very low. So this will make the storm slowly weaken, but still is strong. Here's the track. Okay, if we zoom this, there you go. It's currently at 260, but once it move over the central portions of the Visayas, it will start to weaken below Super Typhoon intensity. But as of this time, it's not yet happening. So prepare people of Bohol, Cebu, Negros, and Southern Panay, including Iloilo City and Gibaras, to be prepared with the strong winds, destructive winds of this typhoon. Although the destructive winds is within 200 kilometers from the eye, so this is the large area of the damaging winds before it made landfall over Siargao. In the next few hours, it will start to shrink, but still be aware that strong winds will be expected along the northern coastline of Mindanao, so please take all necessary precautions, as well as storm surge can reach a high of 6 meters in worst conditions of the shoreline of northern Caraga, and also the inland coastal areas, as well as the inland beachfront areas of Visayas, must take all necessary precautions during the passage of this surprise Category 5 Super Typhoon. It's really weird right now because during La Nina, supposedly, super typhoons are non-existent during this time of the year, but because of climate change, increasing temperatures, so we are expecting more of this. So it's actually very worrying, especially the winds are already reaching up to 300 in some major typhoons. Just early this year, we have a super typhoon way back in April that reached a high of 315 kph. Same with Yolanda and Raleigh of last year, which devastated my place here in Naga City. So it's really worrying. Okay, now here's the area that the expected landfall areas for you to know. This is based on the 1 p.m. release. So landfall, this is already checked, 1 to 3 p.m. and that's over Siargao Dinagat Island. Next thing is over Southern Leyte between 3 to 5 p.m. today. Okay, then tonight across Bohol between 7 to 10 p.m. Then Central or Southern Cebu area between 11 p.m. tonight until 1 a.m. tomorrow. That's the passage of the eye, okay? That's not the circulation, although the circulation, you can clearly see here, the winds will persist for 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours. And landfall number 5, that will be over the Central and Southern Negros area between 1 to 5 a.m. tomorrow. Then it will traverse the Sulu Archipelago, Sulu Sea, and between 5 to 9 p.m. tomorrow, December 17, it will be making landfall over northern Palawan. So these are the areas that the super typhoon will pass by. Okay, so again, strong winds are widespread across northern Mindanao, Caraga, Zamboanga del Norte within the next 24 hours. Okay, and then also the whole of the Visayas. Here in the Bicol region, just gale force winds of up to 60 or 65 kph because of the enhanced northeast monsoon, and the circulates the northernmost part. This one. Gonna move this down. Yeah, it's starting to initialize. Anyway, so this is the area where the northeast monsoon still also can bring rainfall across the Bicol region within the next 24 hours. So let's move now. There you go. Strike variability. This is still the old one. Let's see if we have the latest one from the European model. Not yet, but it's all the same, 90% in all areas of the Visayas where the storm will pass. This is the Asian agency stocks, all the same, nothing unusual. And here's the wind accumulation today until the next 3 days. So as you can see, the line of those high winds of this super typhoon. So we begin here. Oh boy, it's really strong. More than 120, 140, 150, 160, all the way across the Visayas. And right here, once it exceeds Palawan, because of the warm sea surface temperature of the West Philippine Sea, due to the ongoing La Nina, we expect the storm to again re-intensify back to a category 3 or 4. Let's hope and pray it won't be a super typhoon, but again, after the next 5 to 10 days, the system will weaken here because the cool dry air from the cold high pressure area over China will enter the circulation of Odette, so that will weaken and dissipate it. That will be within the next 7 days. And before we leave you, here's the latest rainfall accumulation for the next 3 days until Saturday. So these areas of Northern Mindanao, Caraga, Visayas, Palawan, Mindoro, Romblon will have heavy to intense rainfall within the next 24 to 48 hours because of the passage of Super Typhoon Odette. And also here across Bicol region, some showers passing on and off, and there could be some heavy rainfall across the eastern sections of northern and central Luzon because of the northeast monsoon. Now the rainfall millimeter of this system is around 550 millimeters, so that will cause lots of flooding in low-lying areas. Again, please take all necessary precautions. Again, flash floods, landslides, and storm surge, particularly the high winds of the storm, of the super typhoon, I mean, because this will create some dangerous situation overnight. Since it's nighttime passage, it's really gonna be a dangerous thing. So please stay at home, stay at your respective evacuation center, and let's hope and pray that this system will quickly move out. Actually, it's moving fast at 28 kph, so let's hope that it will continue to accelerate so that the effects will be lesser compared to longer hours. Okay, so that's it. That's the latest. We will return again tomorrow when the storm is over the Sulu Archipelago. For the meantime, check our website for the posting of the landfall areas during the evening, and we are continue to give you the very latest, the tracking of this system overnight. Again, this is Mike Padua reporting. Stay safe always. Be #weatherwiser. And thank you so much for watching our channel.